Welcome back. This is Sealchan, and this is my Minecraft Alpha 1.1 progressive long Let's Play. I'm under attack by naysayers and hostile mobs. But I'm also safe in this hunting blind. Today, when I get the opportunity, we will be reviewing everything that I did in round 31, and we'll look ahead at what's to come in round 32. This is the research phase, and according to my plan, this episode should have been the episode I released at the end of the last phase during that research round. But I did things a little out of order. Anyway, things are now properly organized. The moon is setting. It's time to head back to Alcy and put on the ceremonial gold. And listen to the music. Let's go. Well, I don't know about you, but I think that was one of the more intense mob onslaughts I've ever faced. Let's go. Oop. Almost a third of the day is passed. Just to get out of that. At the end of each round, I research, according to my method, what is to come in the next. So I will share the outcome of that, looking forward and looking back. The goal of this series is to reach the end of the game. Not, of course, the end, which does not exist, but to accomplish the goal of doing a little of each of the things that you can do in Minecraft. And to try to do it in a way that builds meaning and serves as a progression, a story. Okay, let's head home. I need food. I need to put on the gold. I need to find some pigs. I think I am out of meat. There's some pigs. This is Alcy in my home base. When I first started playing this game, I was looking to set a central base. But as I often discover, in the end, it's not really what I want. I seem to prefer having many separate bases spread out. Okay. So that's where I've ended up. This house is bigger than my standard cabin, which now I'm building. Okay, let's make firewood. Let's make 1, 2, 3. Okay. I just have an even amount of bread and meat because those are the two kinds of food that she can have. So I didn't need to make both of these. I did want extra cooked pork chop to fill out my hearts. Okay. During the research round, I've put on these gold tools. And gold armor. I avoid, as much as possible, trying to use any of these. So I don't mine, and I don't collect, I don't fight, I try to run. Because this is about knowledge, not about material wealth. Alright, here we are, in my home in Elsie. Because now we have access to diamond and all the things that you can do with it. In round 32, I will be crafting a jukebox and installing it here. What I've kind of imagined as a sort of console. Not that this is a TV, but rather an old-fashioned console. This large, housing a record player, 2 speakers, such as I had in my home as I was growing up. And we'll put the jukebox here, and we will bring one of each music discs from our music disc farm. And we will listen for the first time on this series to that music. Alright, next in Elsie, the last round, we connected both ends of the rail system together. That after building a station, a 3-way switch house, in round 32, we're going to go on our first ride. We'll pull out the minecart, we'll set the tracks correctly, fire up the minecart with furnace, some fine morning, and we'll have it push us all the way around the tracks, all the way around the mountains in the region known as Divide. I can see that waterfall I created from here. That's great. Yeah, we're gonna do it. We built the track, scenic railway, and we're gonna take a ride during the day. Not recommended for the night. Alright, that will be a glorious thing. Given that this project may still be the project that's taken the most time in this series. Probably my crowning achievement. Anyway, let's head to Bellevue. carefully, of course. I'm getting a little bit low on arrows. It's the one thing I can do. Let's use a bow. Oh, it's one thing I'll allow myself to do willingly. I don't want to use this golden armor. Once we get to LC, well, I don't know how to talk about it right now. We're going to head to the LCD mine. But having now collected from LC and from Edgewood a full stack of diamonds, and having crafted in our research lab one of everything that you can craft, this round I completed the research and determined of what use I will put all these things. The block of diamond, the diamond tools, the diamond armor. I've already mentioned what the jukebox will be used for. I plan to install the jukebox in both cabins, as well as the home in Elsie, complete with the full set of music discs. But what of all these iron tools? Let's speak first, actually, of the iron armor. I've decided that, well, let's back up. Let's talk about armor in general. In this series, I've decided that iron armor is for wearing underground, while leather armor is for wearing on the surface. And for the most part, I have stuck to that, except when I may have forgotten to. Gold armor came along, and presented an issue. Gold is much harder to find than iron. I don't know that it's any better. My expectation was that, as in later versions of the game, it is not really superior. If it is better for enchantments, which I don't know for sure, you can't enchant in Minecraft Alpha. So it appeared to have no value other than its rarity of its raw materials and its color. So its decorative characteristics. I have decided that what I will do is craft a full set of diamond armor right away. And so, I will wear it both underground and on the surface. When all of it is worn away, I can elect to craft another full set if I want, or if I have the resources. Otherwise, I will return to the way I've been doing it so far. Iron down here, leather on the surface. And if I get enough diamonds, I can always craft a new set, if I feel it's worth it. Regarding the tools, as soon as I run out of my current set of iron or stone, I will replace them if I can, given however many diamonds I have left, which will be 6 after creating the armor, and use those. As those tools break, I will again come back and look, hey, do I have more diamonds? Do I want to replace this tool? Or do I want to go back to iron or even stone? And that way I'll have at least used each tool and one armor set in my personal inventory. And for me, that will satisfy or complete the story of each of these items. Jukebox being placed in a home, the tools being used as part of my personal inventory, the armor as well, equipped. And last but not least, the block of diamond. Now, you can see in this treasury, I do not have a block of iron or of gold. Which I could make, but I also wanted to add a block of diamond. So our floor would carry those 3 blocks. It's quite an expensive proposition, especially after using the diamond armor to spend 9 diamonds on that. But that is my goal. I think that first I will craft the armor, next the tools, and finally, when I can, craft a diamond block. And I will put all 3 of those here in this treasury. Not sure why. I thought I had some in here, though gold and iron, but not quite sure what happened there. Is there a treasury on the surface mine in Elsie? I don't recall. Aside from that, we will continue, as we have in the past, our deep mining expedition. More diamond, more iron, being the main inspiration. Alright. Let's go up to the surface, talk about Bellevue. Probably the contender for the next closest major project is the Three Falls Cave Museum. Perfect. Let's take a boat. Three Falls Cave Museum is a special one-off build that was inspired by a cave I found. So I was doing strip mining in the LCD mine. Suddenly, a lot of things clicked into shape. The fact that I had not featured anything with respect to the interactions of water with lava, that I hadn't in any way showcased the ores, and that I hadn't attempted to really address anything about the world underwater, which is admittedly not too accessible or too exciting. It's mostly a dirt, maybe gravel landscape. Not even sure. But a number of things all pulled together. The fact that directly under this spot, or on this spot, we can build a tower that shows us the world above ground. We could create a room that branches off, shows us the world underwater. And continuing down underground will take us right next door to Three Falls Cave, which I will augment a little, and then further down below that to an expansive lava lake. As I dig out a spiral staircase, I will hope to find ore and leave it. Make of it, as it were, an exhibit as you descend the spiral staircase. Yeah, I saw that. And you're just gonna keep doing it. I do have a bow, you know. Anyway, connect all that with a wooden platform, a pier for boats, a walkway, connects up to this builder's workshop. And what we will be building here is a geological research center. We'll actually be taking the research archive from the LC deep mine and the Edgewood deep mine and bringing all those materials here for permanent storage. Showcasing all the raw materials that you can collect and everything that you can craft from those materials. This is, of course, our builder's workshop that we built in the last round, which can house all our building materials serve as our base of operation for constructing this site. Alright. One more thing as we head back to the Bellevue Fort. Last round, we took a boat out along the shore and we identified a lovely place to build a fort. Although, after having done that episode, I may change my mind about the location. We identified what we'll call Region I, where if this game were to continue, we would continue developing new regions, new cabins, new mines. And we'll take the fort survey, we'll take the boat again up the left-hand coast and do the same. I think there was a particular spot that I had in mind. We'll see. All right. That takes care of Bellevue. Let's head now to Cascadia. Cascadia, previous to this round, was considered complete. However, since I am continuing to build little hunting blinds in new regions, in order to get a sense of how my ocean-based exploration would go in a longer game, I decided I should bring back the land-based version of that. As part of the process of exploring a region, I should be exploring the borders of that region and identifying the regions that lie outside its border. Those should be added to a list of those regions that I will go out and explore. Again, I'm not going to explore them, but I will be building hunting blinds. So, I thought, okay, what is the next land-based region that I should start adding new regions from? The answer was Cascadia. Let's go take a look here. Relatively safe in here. Actually, I've changed the design, I can see. It's a little bit less safe. Alright, Cascadia extends out to this island, includes this peninsula, and borders along this ridge, as it winds up to the mountains of Divide. And it claims all this land out and around the edge of the mountains to kind of a little gorge, on the other side of which is a prominent lava fall. What we're going to do is simply come back here. And as the border survey, there's only a really narrow border between this land and the next. Divide takes up this whole set of mountains, and there's just a narrow place between the sea and these mountains where the next land below the mountains lies. That will become region J or K. I think we'll get our region J from the port survey from the Bellevue port. And we'll get our region K from our land-based border survey. We'll just take a peek at that. We already know what it looks like because the scenic railway was built right through it. But I think just a quick walk out that way and to imagine what might have been. Region K is a region that's in the plus column for coordinates, as is Cascadia. And unfortunately, Cascadia had no caves exposed on the surface at all. Not one. Certainly, for that reason, not one that led down to the lava lake level. So no mining here. Anyway, that little land-based border survey will establish our connection to region K. That is coming in round 32. Now let's see if we can make our way to Divide. As always, not the smartest thing to do at night with armor that you don't want and weapons that you don't plan to use. Let's just keep our eyes open. It's always a tricky spot. It's the middle of the night. The only project left in Divide at this point, now that the art gallery is done, is the Bellevue Divide. I'm sorry, that's the wrong word. The Divide Scenic Loop Trail. And we have developed several points of interest along the way, including this one and this viewing platform. Let's see if we can make our way up there. At the last round, we moved on beyond that. Oh, it's a sheep. These mountains are truly Okay, there's the hunting blind. We built a creek over here, a spring, and then back behind the top of this mountain we also built another viewing platform just like this, which gives us a place above the clouds to look. You can see the rail system down there. Some of its lights that we need to remove. There's another viewing platform. Yeah, I'm a little surprised we can't see this one. But, yeah, we'll have just 3 more trailside projects, all small water features. And then we'll have finished all of our point of interests along the Divide Scenic Loop Trail, which allows you to walk all the way around the top of these mountains. Great views. So, that's what we did, and that's what's to come. See if I could take a shortcut back. And we'll head to Edgewood. Welcome to Edgewood. Let's head out to the big field called the wheat farm. First, we have the cabin. Half a cabin. This is a cabin design of what will look like a farmhouse style building. The last round I built this well. And in the next, I think right out here, I'll be building our kitchen garden, which will basically be a very small wheat farm, conveniently located near what will be the kitchen half of this farmhouse. So there is no other crop you can harvest in this game that turns to food. Not even reeds. And of course not cactus. So, a little wheat farm next to a big one. Just one moment, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Let's head over to the wheat farm proper. Oh, as part of the wheat farm, what do I have? Oh, we are going to, excuse me, we are going to build a water well over here as well. I guess that's the one for the house. This is one for this farm, although it's also going to include all these lakes and the connecting stream. Well, I guess we'll build its own water well. Not sure where yet. Maybe it'll just be part of this lake. And also, of course... Oh, hold on. I'm reading my list wrong. It looks like... that water well I built, that I said it was part of the cabin, wasn't really part of the cabin after all. That was actually the water well for this place. So, my apologies. I don't see anything that I did for the cabin. So, I'm a little bit confused. Maybe that water well is for both. Yeah, well, okay. Anyway, we'll be sure to keep moving on both fronts. So we did the water well for the farm. We built the second section of the wheat farm, expanding off from the first. We didn't totally fill it, but that's fine. With wheat, but we did pretty well. The next step on the wheat farm is going to be the outer barrier. So while we're building out the farm itself, we're also developing the things like the builder's workshop. There's going to be a storage shed. And we're going to build around the outside a barrier to keep things safe. I'm going to make a couple notes here because I'm wondering if I've forgotten about the storage shed. Anyway, not to worry. Now that I've gotten a little more confident about expanding this, I think in the next round I'm going to try to take a bigger piece. Maybe we'll go something like here all the way around to this lake. Something that big. It's a big chunk. Just means building the exterior fence. So get all the way down to here. Fence along this side. And then building the paths. Taking out the interior. Well, we gotta be careful. Actually, you wanna build these paths, put in the irrigation, then we can till the ground, remove this interior fence, make sure it's all cropland or gravel, no grass, no dirt. Then we'll harvest and replant as far as we can. So that'll be coming around 32. Try to get this farm going. I think I'm going to fill in this whole basin with wheat. If we can. I think we can. Alright. So that's that. Let's head over to the Edgewood mine. Egg. Let's see. Well, from the surface mine here, pretty much everything's done. All the caves have been explored. All the resources we're going to develop in the mining district are done. We're going to continue going back to the surface and looking for those cave entrances we found across Edgewood and exploring those mines. We did that in the last round. We're going to do it again. in the next. I call it the Shallow Mining Expedition. We'll explore those caves down to the lowest Y level 32. It'll be another way to hopefully get more iron. Oops, watch out. Oh, I don't want to use that. No, they're in my base. It's not convenient. Let's see if I can get them out. Let's see, where do I take him? Oh, he's never going to get out of there, is he? I really don't want to use arrows on him, but I guess I'll beat him with a dirt block. Yeah, it's going to take a while, I guess. Well, while I'm punching this cube... Oh, there we go. Now we're in trouble. Let's see if I can challenge the AI here. 1 cube. 2 cube. That level swells them right up, doesn't it? Oop. Alright, well, I'll put up with the noise, I guess. As always, we're going to continue our strip mining operation, as we did last time. We have as many as 16 diamonds here. It's amazing. So this will be a good place to finish off some of our post-diamond early crafting. What else do we got? We got a water well that we're going to add here. Oh, we just did. That's what we did. This is the water well. And next is the lava quarry. We're going to add probably a little different than what I had here. I'm going to probably turn this into a full room. Maybe I'll fill in this initial idea for my water well. Make that the lava quarry. I have a slightly different idea for how to do it, but we can take our lava from here and store it up here. I'm thinking of using obsidian with a water block as kind of a cooling agent, and then we'll just have a chest. The idea will be that the water is helpful keeping the chest cool as it stores the lava buckets. Alright, so that's coming. It's just a very small build. What that does is it says that I can officially harvest lava here because I have a quarry, in which case that means a lake that I'm designated for pulling lava from, and a storage shed where I store the lava. It should probably be in this spot. Alright. And that's it. We talked about strip mining for diamonds and iron. There's only one last thing to talk about in Edgewood, so we'll head to the surface. make our way to Fairview. Alright, here we are. Nighttime. Looks like it's probably late night, early morning. Just perfect. So let's be careful. To connect this region of Edgewood back to Bellevue, we built the Bellevue Edgewood Trail. We made several small points of interest along the way, water features pretty much, to decorate it. And then in the last round we took what I call the trail walk. A slow walk to appreciate all that work and all the beauty of the World Gen that you can see from the trail. Basically starts from the mine, from the hunting blind, meets up here and goes back to Bellevue. And that completes our journey for that trail. Let's head to Fairview. After seeing all those hostile mobs back in Region G, where we started this episode, I don't recall seeing another one. I don't know what it is about this version of Minecraft. Sometimes I worry the hostile mob spawning is broken. Every time I say that, I always discover otherwise. So, can't really be too worried. Let's see, just a moment here. Just scroll my list down. Alright, well, since we're here, this is the Bellevue Fairview Trail. Hooks onto the Bellevue Mountains Loop Trail. It connects Bellevue to Fairview's hunting blind and mine. We took a walk along this trail looking to identify points of interest. Again, little builds to augment the scene from the trail. Having done that, we will actually build those points of interest in round 32. We have, I think, 3 that we're going to build, and I think I can get them all done in one episode. Let's see here. Let's head to the skeleton spawner. So many times we found in beaches spawners near the surface. This one really is the first one that makes sense to build according to my progression system. Others that I've worked on are due to my over-enthusiasm to try my hand at yet another spawner farm. I find I really enjoy building these. And around 31, we excavated this, put a roof on it. I struggled to build a passageway underneath, directly under the sand, but we got it done. So the surface is pretty much the way it was. In fact, where there was a hole, it's now filled in. I got this to the proper depth. So having completed that, the next step will be to build a proper surface level access. Probably right here, be a ladder going up, and next to it, where the water flows, should bring the mobs to an elevator so they can come to the surface. So we're going to build all of that around 32. I've done this before, and I'm doing it again. It's been fun. I've done it before in the series, that is. Let's go to the cabin. Starting with Edgewood and Fairview, I implemented a process that looks more like my old 1.1 series, where every region gets a cabin. So what did we do in the last round? We built the workshop and living room in the first half. This is kind of a wooden cabin, just like I built in my old series. This one happens to have an amazing view. Like, who would not want to live in this cabin? As long as you watch out for those mobs not to knock you off the cliff, because it's not too far down. Could be worse. Just incredible. Next round, we're going to be building a lot of water wells, because there's going to be a water well going in here. So I guess we built 2 in the last round. I think we have 2 lined up. Is it 2? Yeah, 2 lined up for this round. Not quite sure where that well is going to go. That's kind of far away, but supposedly when I picked this spot, I should have picked a spot where there would be water. I may not have been that clever. It might be squeezed in here. So the higher up we go, the less likely a decent price for a spring. This little notch suggests a spring. So, I guess that'll be part of the challenge. Could build the garden out here more. Make this the well. Put some more trees in, who knows? We'll figure it out. Anyway, that's the task for round 32 here. And with that, in the last round, where we started was across the sea here, roughly in that direction, at a place that I call Region G. With some struggle, we built a hunting blind, because as the night fell, there was a significant number of mobs. I think even exceeding that amount that you see on Monster Island. There's sand here, so I suspect that that's right in here somewhere. I'm not going to head back out there again. We started there. We had to labor to get out of there, so you've seen it. It's a full hunting blind, hunter's workshop, capable of self-defense, a place to head out from to explore, and to gather and prepare food. We're going to do the same thing, only we're going to head to Region H, which lies beyond Cascadia. From the port of Alcee, walking out the right-hand beach, we picked another likely spot. So we'll do what we did over here, again, in the next round, over there. Kind of creating these little far-flung outposts. So, anyway, that concludes the round 31 review. And a list of what we'll do in round 32. To summarize again, the series is going to end. It's going to end when we've done all the diamond things, and we've done all the obsidian things. Those are the last two raw materials to fully work out the stories for. We have the following big builds to complete. The Wee Farm, the Geological Museum, and that's it. Oh, well, technically, the Scenic Railway. I think that is it. We'll finish the cabin. We'll wrap up all the smaller development in all the regions through Fairview. We're not going beyond Fairview. And although we're going to build a region G hunting blind, H, I, J, K, maybe even more, those will only be hunting blinds. Just little far-flung outposts. Once the raw material stories are done, once the big builds are done, the series will be done. I've mentioned it previously. Well, there'll be one last mission to undertake as a final farewell to this Alpha series. Well, let's let the music play. Let's head over to the hunting blind. And let's see if the hostile mobs are still with us. Click. All right. Let's call it. Round 31 is complete. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Click like if you like. I hope to see you in the next. Take care.